What's up, guys? It's Just Shake Reviews, and behind me is a beautiful example of a 2009 Mitsubishi Eclipse GT. Now, there's a lot of history when it comes to the Eclipse. Now, there have been 4 generations. When I do those cars, those gens are going to get their own individual history. But let's talk about what is an Eclipse. Back in the 1990s, Mitsubishi wanted to create a sport car because that's what they did back in the 90s. We had the Supra, Mitsubishi had 3000 GT, all bunch of all these other cars. It's like, hey, you know what we should do? Make a sport car. It's what people will buy it. But we've been selling 3000 GTs off the firecracker. So what they did was like, what are we gonna name it? So they named this car after the 18th century racing horse that was unbeatable for 26 races. That's why they named it the Eclipse, which is pretty cool. Now, a little history about this specific model. It was built back in 2005 for a 2006 model. You can get 2 trims, GS and GT. There's also an SC, but that's still just a little bit better of a GS. It's still same engine. The main difference between those two is the GS is the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. Forget where it's from. It's a 4-cylinder, making about 235, something like that. I forget what the horsepower it is. I'll look it up. This specific car is the GT, which has the 3.8 liter V6. And what's the best thing about it? It's a manual. What's better than that? It's rear-wheel drive, I believe. Front-wheel drive, V6 manual. What could go wrong? Actually, a lot of things. This car has had countless recalls. Luckily, the owner hasn't had any of those problems yet, but there have been a lot of recalls from older generations and older years of this model. Lots of stuff. Mainly dealing with Mitsubishi just didn't really do it right. They kind of cheaped it, which that's kind of what they did. So this car got really bad sales, and Mitsubishi had to completely discontinue it back in 2012. The last car to ever be made was black. It was, I believe, a GT, and it had a bunch of other crazy stuff on it. But it was a nice car. I believe it was a Spider. Last car ever built, and it went to their museum. Now, if you think of the Eclipse, you probably think of the SUV. That's not the Eclipse. That's just a name to put on there. This is an Eclipse, not a stinking SUV with a Lexus interior, not some mama car. This is the Eclipse. Now, another cool history about it, it's in GTA 5. One of the mini car you can get early access to, that you can, it's cheap, and you can also steal it. I forget what they call it there, but it's literally this car. Exact same color, same shape, everything. It's just a really cool that the GTA 5 put this car in it. Now, that being chit chat, let's walk around this beautiful car. Alright, here is the lovely owner. His name is Morgan. You can call him Will Morgan Free Turner, whatever you want to call it. He's the Morgan man. Now, what have you done to this beautiful car?
Well, it's got, start on the side.
Alright.
You see it's lowered. It's got coilovers on it.
Oh, nice.
Got STR wheels on there.
Nice.
Lug nuts, obviously.
I love the front end. I love what you did with the front end. Back when it was the stock version, I like it, but to me it's too girly of a car. No offense. I'm glad how you got rid of that grill and put some in that little nice light bar. I like that.
Got the dual light bars on there.
I like that.
Got the halos with the demon eyes.
Yeah.
Have the custom fog lights down there.
That is cool. I like that. People are like, why'd you debadge it? I'm glad you did that. You got rid of that. It makes the car look way better. Because before it was too, it's like they made a girl car. You know what I mean? This is much more aggressive and more. It looks like a Mitsubishi now. Before it looked like some. I don't know. I don't even know.
Under the hood, it's not quite as pretty. The previous owner fucked it up with some paint. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss on your video. As you can tell, he put blue on it.
Why?
Got the intake on there, catless headers, and custom exhaust running off the headers.
Oh, nice. This is weird. Normally, because it's front-wheel drive, it's turned to sideways instead of front. It's still a V6, but it's turned sideways. That's really cool. How much power is it making?
Right at 290.
Not bad. Not bad. Nice. Obviously, as that's a custom intake or infra, wherever it's called, custom part.
It is.
And then you got a tune. Is it tuned?
It's not tuned.
That was
not
cool.
yet, at least.
What else have you done to it?
That's about it.
What are your plans on doing to it?
Saving up for the supercharger on here, trying to get up to about 400.
That's nice. 400 the front wheels. That will get up and go.
Oh yeah.
All right, beautiful. Take it around to the back and talk about the rear. Did you do this to the mirrors? Did it come like?
I did paint the mirrors and also painted the wiper arms.
That's cool.
And then these are tinted.
I like that. It's so much more better.
And I also have LED under the emblem.
That is cool. I really like that. Love you. Now, what is this exhaust?
It's all custom.
What's the name? They want to know what's
it doesn't have a name. It's just some off-brand mufflers on there with custom piping.
Oh, so this was before. This was put on it when you bought the car.
No.
Oh.
I actually put that on there.
That's nice. Let's check out the space you get. How do you?
It's got a button right here.
Oh, nice. Nice, a hatchback. That's not bad. Nice subwoofer, so you can bang people like, hey, look, I have a cool car, look.
The only thing that's not currently in it is the Eclipse cover that goes on here.
You don't need it. It looks nice. This is actually bigger than the Z in terms of space-wise. That's nice. And I like the Z, but you can actually use this car. The Z, it's not for the Z fans. Yes, it's a lot of space, but if you look at this, I can go camping in this. Not that you would in this car, but you can. You can put all kind of crazy car stuff in this thing. It's real cool. All right, guys, let's hop inside this baby. Oh, that's heavy. Love the spoiler. Darren mentioned that. Love the spoiler. Nice. Look at all these little vanity stuff he has. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Nice seats. Power seats because, you know, it's old. Not bad. These seats are a little warm, but they're not terrible. Oh, I like the style. I like that styling. I would recommend to the... Oh, Jesus. That was a big drop.
Big common problem, them door handles like to break off.
Ah, Jesus. Only thing I would recommend for your next mod is change the seats. Or getting reupholstered. Okay, so... Let's see.
It's also got a clutch delete. You don't have to hold the clutch to start it.
Oh. Now, how does that work? I've never heard that before.
All I did was unplug the clutch switch.
That's it.
That's it.
So you don't really need the clutch in order to really start it. Even it's just
as long as it's in neutral, it'll crank up.
Okay, Porsche, can you do that? Let's go a little closer. This is a manual. All right, guys, talk about the interior. This wheel is not bad. It's not terrible, but it's not bad. It's kind of weird looking. It doesn't really say sport car.
It's a little big.
But just the shape of it, this doesn't look like a sport car wheel. This looks like a truck wheel or an SUV wheel. Not saying I don't like it, it's just, why is this in here? You know what I mean? Not to hit in your car. Love the style, love these gauges right here. Obviously they're not LED or yada yada, but it's not bad. For just 9, that ain't bad. Well, that's weird. It's opposite. Speedometer's on the left, revs are on the right. That's weird. I didn't know why automakers can't agree. Like, okay, let's make it one side or the other. They're like, oh, we all want to be different. And guess what Rolls-Royce does? The tachometer goes backwards. I know. There's a reason why they do it, but seriously, why can't everyone just do the same thing? It's not hard. It saves you money. That's just my gripe. Love the lights right here you put on it. That's pretty nice. Maybe I should do it in my car. Love the little, is this custom?
No, that is factory.
Wow, that's nice. Listen to music and get some copyright all the way up. Nice air conditioning vents. No, they're pretty nice. They're circle, they're useful. I like this handbrake. Big, it's very big looking. Nice, you have your clock and stuff like that. I like how it's right there. My car, for some reason, Toyota put it right there. I don't know why they did that. It was just like, Toyota, do you realize how impractical that is? Yes. We did it to save money. We're Toyota. We're saving you money. Alright, we'll look at the space you get. Not bad. And cup holders. And that's about it. There's not much of this car. Besides this, which is nice. Anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think that's it.
Alright, let's mount up and hopefully not stall this. Alright guys, let's drive this thing. Put the belt on. Alright. Parking brake off. Alright. That gear?
Yep.
It's already moving. That good?
There you go, spin wheels.
That good?
Yeah, as long as you're in between that 1,000 and 1,500, it'll go.
Ooh, we did it! We did it! We did it! Thank you! Whew, I was so worried I was gonna stall it. I did install it! I did install it! That's an achievement for me! Alright guys, trying to explain to you why manuals are so hard for me. I have a multitasking disability, so the whole balance thing with it, I have a hard time with it. This, you don't have to balance. I'm on my way. Oh my god, the exhaust! Whoa! 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 Weird sounding. It sounds good, it just sounds weird. Alright, so where's second?
Straight down.
Oh, that was fun! That was cool! That was cool! Oh, that was cool! Oh! Oh, that was cool! That was cool! Oh, that was cool! I love shifting. The best thing about a manual is to shift. Oh, I love that feeling. Oh, I love this car. It's a very unique sound. I've never heard anything sound like this. This is a cool car. This is a cool car. That's cool. This is a cool car. Oh, I love the sound it makes. It's kind of like a mixture of kind of like a race car, but kind of down, not as loud, you know what I mean? It's kind of a good way to sound it. Oh, this thing is amazing. Oh my god, this thing is so fast. Man, that power, it puts it down instantly. It's incredible. Oh, can you do more than that, or is that about it?
If it had better tires on the front, it can.
Probably shouldn't do it then. This is a good car. It's fun. Oh, Mitsubishi, you're doing a good job. It's fun. This is my first Mitsubishi I've ever driven. I quite like it. I like how it's nothing like I've ever driven. Oh, I like this. And that sound is intoxicating. It's so different. It's nothing on this earth sounds like that. Do other Mitsubishi sound like this, or is it just this car?
As far as I know, it's just because of that custom exhaust.
It sounds incredible. So, how did you get this car?
First time I drove one, I had to have it.
I feel the same way I feel about when I drove the N. After I drove the car, I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I need this car. It's so easy. I love cars that are like a bit medium difficulty with clutch. It's not too easy, but it's not too hard. You know what I mean? That way you can learn to drive manual, but you're not babied. There's some cars I drive that they kind of baby you. I love the Type R and the Veloster, even though I'm getting a Veloster, but they both kind of baby you. They put auto rev matching to really, you just lift off the clutch, give a tiny bit of gas, and it'll rev match to you. There's nothing, so you can't stall the car. And the Type R, literally, you lift off the clutch and it goes. No car works that way except that. And the clutch is good too. It's not too heavy. I've driven some cars they were heavy, and I'm not referring to the Challenger. We all know it's about. The recent car I drove, the Porsche, that clutch was heavy. I was really surprised. I still love the car, but that clutch, you really had to mash it. I like how this clutch isn't too bad. Handling is not bad. Reckon it's no Porsche or no performance car, but it does what it needs to do. I love how big it is. You know what I mean? I love big and wide cars. The wider, the better. Ooh. I love how it's front-wheel drive. It just takes corners so easily. The only thing that's better than a front-wheel drive car is a mid-engine rear-wheel drive. Specifically mid-engine. Do not get mid-engine do not get rear-wheel drive car that's not mid-engine for this kind of cornering. It will not do what you want it to do. I'm sure you've experienced that. So what are the plans for this besides supercharger?
That's about it for now. It's expensive.
Oh yeah. Alright, we'll just test at the corner, see if she can handle it. Of course you can. I enjoy this car. The only thing I don't like is the wheel design, just because it just feel like a sport car. But everything else, it feels like a sport car. The only thing I see why people didn't really like this was it was really reliable, and all those recall issues, and it wasn't all the current technology. Because this is 2009, but Toyota had better interior. No offense to you.
They went cheap on the interior.
Yeah, there's like nothing, barely anything in this car. It's a great car. It's just there's hardly anything in it. Like, where are you getting? This car was probably priced about $30,000 to $40,000, and that's a lot to pay for what you get with this. But you bought this car to 8 grand? Six grand. That's a steal for what you get. And did it have any problems when you got it?
No, because it just had a brand new clutch put on it when I got it.
That's good. Any problems you've had since you've owned it?
I've dropped a clutch in it and blown out an axle.
Yeah.
The axle that went out was aftermarket though. 2000 OEM.
Well, that's nice. It's not a bad car. I can see why people didn't want to buy it, but it's a great it's a great used car. So your exhaust is loud, but it's not like too loud for you inside. That's what I like about this car. I would hate this car in traffic because the way she is feeling, she does not like sitting.
Not at all.
She does not like to sit. She's getting mad at me now. Like, no, I need more gas. No. Very picky car. I like that though. I'm getting so spoiled about cars that I literally would do anything I want to it. I like a car that, you know, has some personality and, you know, doesn't let me do certain things. You know what I mean? That says no to things. I mean, you're not gonna find a wife that says yes to everything you ask them. You're just not. In a car, you're gonna find cars that are gonna say yes to everything. A Porsche is gonna say yes to almost everything because it's a Porsche. But if you can't afford that, get something like this. That way you can get a better driver, so when you drive a Porsche, you don't crash it. Because trust me, it's an amazing car, but it does have limits. It's a... reckon you may have a hard time finding said limit, but you know. Ooh, brakes. Brakes are okay. It slows down pretty good. I can't go over that noise. Don't change it. Don't change it. It sounds it's good. I'm excited for that supercharger. So how big of a supercharger are you thinking?
The only one they make for it.
And it's real expensive because it's the only one they make for it?
And you can only find them used.
Why not new? Did they only make it for so long?
Yep, they discontinued it.
Why? It's a great car. Supercharge it. Slap a supercharger, put a turbo on it, put another giant engine on top of it, boom. You have a 2,000 horsepower machine. She likes to kick. If this car is most definitely like a horse, this car likes to buck and kick you. A lot of cars that drive, they are very mechanical feeling. This feels like an animal. It doesn't kick. It will kick you, it will beat you, and you will have to live with it. But it's a great car besides that. This has some problems. If Mitsubishi were to bring this back, I wouldn't make it so bubbly. I'm glad you made it. You did some changes to it so it's not so bubbly. But I've seen this car stock. I don't like it stock. I would definitely make a better wheel. Hello. Change that. That needs to be your first priority. Make a freaking wheel that's at least sort of sporty. Sort of reminiscent of a sport car. You know what I mean? Something sporty. And actually spend some money and time and develop a stupid interior. The exterior, go, I don't care what you do. As long as you make it sort of sporty, I'll buy it. But since this is a sport car, it does need to be more sporty than your Mazda 6. So, really all you need to do is take some ideas from Genesis and all the other brands, make their own car. Be sure you give us a manual, because otherwise I will come after you if you don't give me a manual. I'm sure you will too. And the millions and millions of fans like, how dare you not give us a manual? Toyota. And be sure to give us an actual infotainment and something that's useful. Make it useful. And make sure the AC doesn't break or anything else breaks. And it'll be a great car. Know about you?
Yeah.
But I don't know if Mitsubishi's gonna do that. The only thing they sell is SUVs, and I can understand why, but the only Eclipse you can get now is a SUV, or cross, or whatever they call, and that is not an Eclipse. I'm sorry. This may be bubbly looking, but this still is a sport car. Whether you like it or not, it is a sport car, and it deserves its praise. Now, I I do hope they do it soon. There is no word. But I would like to bring a new car. I would buy one. Would you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get as long as you give us a manual and give like a. Do not give us a CVT, Mitsubishi. You listening? No CVT. I will kill you if you give us the stupid CVT. They're annoying transmissions. I hate CVTs. Your car has sort of a your 6 has sort of a CVT, which I'm glad they didn't make it boring. You know what I mean? The way they did it, they make it not boring, which I like. This and the Toyota hatchback CVT, I can't stand it. You know what I mean? I don't like it. It's just so it's weird. So long as you give us a manual and some kind of ZF. I wouldn't recommend making a dual clutch because that would make it really, really expensive. And this is a $30,000, $40,000 car. You don't want to do that. Mustang, I understand, but not with this car. This car is great, but you don't need to put too much money into it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all you need to do, Mitsubishi. Are you gonna listen to me? Probably not, because you have Renault and Nissan making sure you don't do that. Because no one would buy the Q60 if this car was, or the new version of this car was just as amazing as the Q60. But you never know. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Didn't have the clutch all the way. But at least this car is forgiving. What gear's in now?
Second.
Alright. Put it in. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, it won't stop. Alright, guys, we're going to do one more pull. It's hard to hear with that. Alright, we're going to do one more pull, and then we'll have to do the honest review. Alright, Mitsubishi, do your stuff. This is an incredible car. Turn car. This is a great car, man. Oh, I like it. It's just a little scary to drive. It likes to... Dude, it's a crazy... Alright. Thank you, man. This is an incredible car. Thank you. This was fun.
Oh yeah.
Honest review. Alright, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I absolutely adore this Mitsubishi. I know not a lot of people like it, but this is probably one of the most fun, unappreciated cars I've ever driven. It's so unique and such a unique character. I love everything about it. And one of my favorite things about this car is the way he did the exhaust. I didn't realize when I was driving it, because I kind of remember, this sounds familiar, but you know what? It took me a little bit of time when I got home and started editing some videos, that this thing sounds like a 430. Not just any, there's like, oh, a Lexus. No. Ferrari 430. And I have so happened to driven a Ferrari 430. Haven't seen that video? It's on the channel. I make it easy for you to find those videos. Don't worry. And I have clips of me driving out of the engine. So I'm gonna play the Mitsubishi clip right, and then I'm gonna play the Ferrari 430 clip and do side by side. So here's the Mitsubishi. Now here's the glorious sound of a Ferrari 430 exhaust. That clip brought me back some memories. I'm so glad I got to drive this Mitsubishi, because it brought memories of the Ferrari. When I drove the Porsche, I absolutely loved the car. I kind of forgot how much I loved the Ferrari, and so I'm so glad I did this Mitsubishi, because it reminded me of how much I loved the Ferrari. It's just so amazing. And if you're out there want to have something that get a car that sounds like a Ferrari, get a Mitsubishi. get an Eclipse GT. Great car. And get a manual. It's so much fun. It's obviously not going to sound exactly like it, but it's going to sound close. And it's still amazing. It's just what I love about this car. It's so underappreciated. It's so amazing. That's what I love about it. It's not a bad car. There's a lot of things that are wrong with it. First thing, the interior. There's hardly anything in the interior. I mean, this is 2009. Not a lot was in it, but my Corolla, even though there's a lot of things that we've advanced in technology, but at least Mitsubishi could give us something to look at in the interior, just some kind of design or something. I've seen some better interiors of brands that they go all out. They do really nice job. The interior is it's not crap. It's just they really didn't spend any time at all. The wheel doesn't look like a sport car wheel. I bet they didn't put that wheel wasn't intended for the Eclipse. It was probably made originally for an SUV, and they're like, oh, let's just put that on there. It looks kind of sporty. No, it doesn't, Mitsubishi. Get that out of here. The gauges are pretty nice. That's one thing I like about it. But the way it drives, and it's incredible. It's one incredible car. Like I said, the exhaust is amazing. The clutch is so much fun. That is a very good clutch. It's a good balance. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light. There are some clutches that are too light that it's hard to tell if you're pushing on it. That one has a good way to it without being too overpowering. And that's what I like about it. It's got good get up and go. I love that 3.8 V6. It's such an amazing engine. One thing I love about V6s is when you floor them, they really have a strong get up and go. Obviously, it can't be as powerful as V8, but you can have some fun with a V6, as proved by the Audi A6. No pun intended. But still, this is an amazing car. This is going in the books in the honest legendary cars or reviews. And it deserves it. You're gonna say, why did you put that car in when you got Ferraris and all that? That list is for not cars that are the best cars I've ever driven. The cars that I personally would go out and buy. I personally loved so much that it had a big impact on me, either emotionally or the owner, the way the car is, or just a mixture of both. And this car deserves it. That's why I love the car. That's why it's getting higher on my list, and it's getting put on the honest legendary vehicles because it deserves it. It's an amazing car. It's so underappreciated. When I buy one, yes, I will buy one. This is one of the cars that I will 100% when I get paid by YouTube or somehow, I will go and buy one. I will specifically get this gem because it's amazing. Yeah, man, and yeah, V6. So if you're out there got a little bit of money and you want something fun little sport car, get this. It's an amazing car. It does have some problems because it is a Mitsubishi, but if you don't mind that, get it. It is worth every single penny, and all the work you put into it, it's worth it. It's such an amazing car. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you like this, if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do car reviews about once or twice a week. And if you're already subscribed, great. Be sure to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. I appreciate it. It really helps me out. And be sure to smash that like button. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.